Hello, ZPA community. Mark McDonald here, and super excited for us on our weekly 10 p.m. hangout. And we got a special one for tonight, the 5 steps to leading a conversation. But before we dive in, I got some updates as well. I want to introduce my co-host, my buddy, rocking Arizona, Nevada, and North Dakota, global trotting, energy machine, health expert guru, best-selling author, Renita Brennan.
Yeah, amen, Mark. Yeah, I just said you don't put NV or AZ down on those states. Just put RB. I'm coming for you, baby.
I love that. Renita, you're so excited. Your camera's all shaking on me.
Okay, I got to settle down a little bit.
So if anyone just watched the Facebook Live, I'm like very excited because I'm a tech guru. Like, I'm not a tech guru, I'm a tech junkie. So yeah. I tried my first live stream Facebook Live. So if you missed it, make sure you go to the Zen Project 8 closed group. And you saw, like, I'm now able to live stream into that group and make these Facebook Lives super interactive. So similar to what we're doing here, but we're raising our 9 p.m. hangout and this 10 p.m. to the next level. So just know cool stuff's coming. Now, on top of that, Renita, there's a couple updates I want to share and get your feedback on. First off, I had a great talk with Brett Webb, the general manager of the United States. Myself, I mentioned this last week, but myself, Stevie Jones, who's a general manager of Canada, Brett of US, and then James Quintero, who oversees the whole Zen brand. We started looking at packs that are working around the world. So for everyone in the US and Canada, I just want you to know, as you see this growth in Australia, as you see the momentum move built into Europe, as you're seeing South Africa about to launch, Chile, as you're looking at these launches, just know there's a whole revamp of how to actually drive Zen. So there's so much energy that Jeunesse North America is putting behind Zen. So just know we're working out. We have some packs in the works right now that I think everyone will love. Great front-end revenue and great ability for people to grow and just grow, because once again, live it, share it, build it. But I think that you'll enjoy everything that's coming. I will be at LEAD. I'm not LEAD, but I was already at LEAD, but I'll be at Jeunesse University in New Jersey. We're going to have a whole Zen event there, and then also in Anaheim. So just know in the future, there's a big commitment to Zen in the US market. In Canada, we are working on getting Zen approved by Health Canada. So it's coming. We love the Canadians. I just talked to Becky Hurley. It's coming. So Renita, are you excited about the new energy coming to the US?
I'm super excited. In fact, I talked to Brett Webb, I think the day before you guys had the big
For
talk.
An hour, I think, right?
Yeah, for an hour. We had a big conversation until my phone died. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be very easy for people that are tuning into this Share It and Build It webinar. A much more, I would say, duplicatable way to be able to do that. And like you said, more front-end money. Just a real great way to legitly build a business if that's what you're looking to do. So good constant residual income with building great teams nationwide and globally. So I'm fired up. I'm fired up, Mark.
Yeah, and it's exciting. And, you know, I know the U.S. is growing more and more, because it was funny because, you know, I'm from California. So I had 5 texts from people saying, hey, you know, we're really seeing what's going on with Zen. We're excited about it. So I love, like, the energy that's behind it. So just, you know, the energy there. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about, well, I want to share something with you. So this is where, and I did this in the last group in our Facebook Live. And Renita, I know you love this couple, but the blog that we just did this past week was about 2 dear friends, Kathleen and Brian Paredes. And I remember meeting Kathleen a few months after we launched in the US, and she came up to me, and we were at an event in Houston, and she was just a bundle of energy. And she's a school teacher, and her whole goal was to make a difference. And what they've done is it started with her and Brian. They both got phenomenal results with the program. But then it led to another, and then another. And we talk about the power of one and the exponential aspect of that. Their group now has over 305 people in it. It's growing systematically throughout. So they obviously are huge contributors to the main group, but they're building a massive community in the health movement. And that's what it's all about. When we look at ZP8, it's just your energy, your actions. Renita, you're doing it in North Dakota, you do it in Arizona, you do it in Nevada, you do it all over. And then you have people like Mandy and Rob that are rocking Nevada, and they do the same thing. So you have these other teams, just like Kathleen and Brian, that build. But anything that you have to say about this couple, because if you haven't had a chance to read it, I just want everyone to read it because it's pretty powerful.
I tell you, Kathleen is all heart. I love her. She absolutely believes so strongly in she believes in you, Mark, but she believes so strongly in ZP8 and PFC and literally is a transformation, has transformed her own life and now just loves up on people transforming theirs. And I just love this little lady. I hear from her a few times a week. She's part of my All Strong Moms community, but she is just tearing it up. And like you said, she's a great contributor to the Zen Project 8 group as well, because she is so knowledgeable and such an expert in what she's doing and just takes it so seriously. I always say teachers are going to change, teachers and hairdressers are going to change the health of our country, Mark. Teachers and hairdressers, because I'm not kidding, because teachers, like, they learn it, they go deliver the message. Hairdressers, you know, everybody that sits in their chair has problems. They're complaining about how overweight they are, how lethargic they feel. So I'm like, those two groups of people, teachers and hairdressers, they're like the black horse coming from behind. They're going to surpass the personal trainers and the nutrition coaches like myself, because they literally, they have such power and passion with what they're delivering. So I love Kathleen. I love Brian. Sat with them down at Lead Convention, of course, with Brett Webb was at our table. So I love that couple. They're amazing and they're on fire. Texas is on fire.
So make sure, if you haven't read that blog, go to thegenesisglobal.com, read that blog. It was, I think it was on the 13th of April. And then the last thing before we get into the 5 steps, and I have a great visual showing those 5 steps, is I want to do an update on the tours that are going on and the launches, because the power about you coming live here or watching the replay is to know where's Zen going, because you live it, you're sharing it, you're building it, you can apply all of it. And the new packs that are being launched globally are powerful. Next week, we have our Monday call, but I'll leave for Amsterdam Wednesday night. We are launching Zen Project 8, the entire new Zen line with Zen Fuse, Zen Prime, Zen Shape and Fit, with all the phase guides in different languages throughout Europe. We're launching it on April 28th. It's a powerful launch, and we're launching Envy at the same time. It's a double launch day. Awesome. And then Kasaya and I are going to come out. I'll use my Envy. She'll be drinking her Zen. It's going to be fun. Then I fly right back, and then we go to Chile for another. Chile's already launched, but it's the really official launch will be May 6th in Chile. Then there'll be, I'll come back for that. Then we go on the Powerful European Tour. I'll share the dates on that. But it's going to be the UK, Prague, Italy, Kyiv, Germany. We're going to be in Frankfurt. We're going to be in Poland. And then we're going to be going to Moscow. Some great events that are going to be in Moscow. Then a few days after that, on May 27th, the official launch of South Africa. And then we will shortly be doing an Australia, New Zealand tour following that. And then, Renita, you'll love this. We're already talking about Mexico now, Brazil. So we are looking. So I just want everyone to know, because you're rocking ZP8, because you're living it, because you're sharing it, because you're building it, because of blogs just like Kathleen and Brian, just know there's energy behind what we're doing. And then in the US, momentum continues to build, and you're going to see some cool stuff be launched over this next month, new strategies that you'll be able to implement. And then University in July in New Jersey, University in Anaheim in August, and then the fall, you'll take it to the whole next level. So just the beginning.
Mark, I'm so excited when you talk about all those different countries. I just literally get so excited inside. I'm just thinking to myself, we've always said it's going to change the course of the world. Like, we really meant it.
Exactly.
You know, some people didn't believe it. And I tell you what, those that did went all in, and they will be blessed and highly favored because of it. And I honestly believe that everyone you watching this that are building and sharing, you will have a global team. If it's not today, if it's not next week, maybe it's next month. But you know, I always say, grow where you're planted, grow in the city that you're at, grow in the community that you're at, and just hang on, because 1, 2, 3, 4 people later, you're in another country, and that's where it gets really exciting, doesn't it, Mark?
100%. And it's just because everyone on these webcasts, they have the skill set above everyone else because they've already learned it, so they can build. Right. And we saw this with the pilot groups. The pilot groups in the countries that are launching, they're hitting the ground running. So everyone in the US, when you start seeing where it's going, it's like bringing something first to market. You can bring this first to market in these markets.
Yeah, it is first to market. And I'm here to tell you, first to market's a big deal. So get excited about that. I mean, I honestly feel like we're still first to market with Zen Project 8 in the United States because it's so untapped. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, I'm putting my stake in the ground in these states, Mark. I'm like, come on, McDonald's. You got to get yourself to Nevada. You got to get yourself to Arizona. We're going to take these states. So I'm fired up.
I love it. Okay, Renita. I love the passion. So let's look at, hold on one sec. I have to pull up. Before we go in, guys, I'm looking for I lost my visual. So give me, Renita, tell someone a story that you had as I pull this up.
Here's a great story. I was down, last week I actually was in Arizona, filming from Arizona, but we went to Arizona. I've got like 5 great gals on the team already. My friend Jacinta lives down in Arizona. We went down to this little town in Arizona called Florence. And we were out there. We went to meet with somebody to tell her about Zen Project 8. Well, she happened not to be in. So we walked to the shop next to her, which was a fudge shop. And I had my boys with me, and I'm like, well, do you guys have anything but fudge? Like, I'm looking for some protein, And this lady that was selling the fudge, though, when she went to cut the fudge, she was just ripped up in her shoulders, She had muscle, and I'm like, this woman, she might sell the fudge, but I don't think she's eating it. Anyway, long story short, her name is Corey. I'm sure she's watching right now. Corey and Kim from Arizona. They are just dynamite. I think they've added 9 people to the team since I left last week. They are just tearing up. The entire town of Florence is going to get healthy and permanently turn on their metabolisms with Zen Project 8. And so here, it's so funny because I didn't even go there to talk to Corey. We went there to talk to Kim because she wasn't in. We went right next door. She got in, they all got in, everybody got in, the whole town's getting in. And I just thought to myself, this is literally spreading like wildfire. You just find somebody who's been, and Corey said this to me, Mark. Corey said this morning, because I've been teaching people kind of how to eat healthy meals. She said, I literally prayed for a shift, for something more this morning. She said, I prayed that I needed to take my education and my knowledge base to another level so I could help people more. And she said, and then you walk into the fudge shop. And I'm just thinking to myself, what are the chances of this stuff happening? But I always think God's got our team aligned. We just got to go do the work and start talking to people. It's amazing how people that are looking are going to hitch on to your vision, hitch on to your goal, hitch on to Mark McDonald, and they're going to go all in with you. I am fired up about my teams down in Nevada and Arizona. They are killing it. I'm so proud of them.
I love that. I love the fudge shop story. So that goes perfect with what we're talking about. So everyone, I'm going to put up a slide. And just as we heard Renita talk about, she's going to share her stories on each step, and then I'm going to share mine. And I just want you to know, take out a piece of paper and realize that each one of these weekly sessions, we want you to become, this is like your growth time. I do my own personal growth. Renita does her own personal growth, and there's a purpose to everything. So when we talk about leading a conversation, it's knowing, and these 5 steps, if you can apply this, and your action item is going to be to apply these 5 steps to 10 conversations this next week. And then what I promise you, if you apply these steps to these 10 conversations, you're going to see it's night and day. You'll see the difference. It's rather than just talking and talking, but actually talking with the purpose. So let me show these slides. And Renita, I'll talk about all 5 quickly, and then we'll go back to step 1. So if you watch this, if you look here, the 5 steps of leading a conversation. Step 1 is to understand the purpose of the conversation. Step 2 is to be clear on the desired outcome of the conversation. Step 3 is to ask questions. Step 4 is to listen. Step 5 is to guide the conversation to a tangible action. So Renita, I'm going to leave this up here, and I want to ask you, I want to interview you about the fudge shop. Okay? So you can click on Renita, or you can go back if you want to see those questions, but let's talk about the fudge shop. So when I think about 5 steps of leading a conversation, so understanding the purpose of it. So when you walked in there and the conversation started and she said something, what went in your head? I know you already had a purpose of that conversation. So what was, if we go through each one, what was like the purpose of the conversation you were going to have with them?
Well, when I walked in the fudge shop, the ultimate purpose was to get my kids some ice cream because my boys were with me and we heard that there was ice cream at this fudge shop. But when I walked in and I saw the woman behind the counter, which was instant because it was a very small shop, and I saw the muscles on her body, my entire purpose changed of the conversation. I thought, this is the woman we're looking for to lead the Zen Project 8 challenge here in Florence, Nevada, or Arizona. And so I then said to her, the purpose of the conversation in my mind was like, this woman is going to be in Zen Project 8 by the time I leave this fudge shop. That was, and I just think like that. When I see it, I know it, I believe it, I'm going to walk this thing out. And when we just started talking, I could tell she had a passion for health and wellness. I could hear it in her undertone of what she was saying.
So for you and everyone, just take note on that. So Renita was going in to get some ice cream. she saw a lady that was super fit. So there's immediate connection. We always talk about finding that connection with people like you. So there was immediate energy exchange there. So the purpose became engaging that person to lead a movement, to actually make this a leader throughout, because Renita saw it. And then step 2, your desired outcome was for her to actually act on that and become the leader. Now, now from that, I'm assuming you started asking questions. So walk us through. So the moment you walked in, everything shifted for you from the purpose. You immediately had a desired outcome. And this is what my invitation to everyone listening and watching the replay of this. Remember, once a conversation starts, if you don't have a purpose to it or a desired outcome to it, then you're flopping in the wind. There's no real direction. So step 1 and step 2 provide the direction based upon the conversation. Whether it's me having a conversation with Abby about, camping, or Hunter about soccer, everything I always want a purpose and an outcome. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to achieve that, but I want to go in with it with an idea. So we need to walk us through the questions that led and how you listen. So step 3 and 4 kind of go together. Walk us through how that transpired that led into the tangible action of step 5.
I do want to say this. I didn't go in with any material or anything on me. Like, I didn't go in with a brochure. I had my purse, and I know I always have my ZPA booklets in my purse, but I didn't go in thinking I'm going to hard sell somebody. The boys just simply wanted ice cream. But like I said, I always ask yourself, if the right person were to show up to lead a movement, would you be able to and have the tools to be able to present that movement to them? Right. So, I mean, that's a question you guys all got to ask yourselves if you're watching this. I mean, do you always have something in the car, in your purse, in the trunk? I mean, in the glove compartment, is there something that you have, whether it's a Zen Fit, a Zen Fuse, a brochure, a Zen Project 8 booklet, something that could help you, just because sometimes people like tangible, right, Mark? They like something in their hand. So the first question I asked this Corey, when I saw she had all these cute muscles, I said, and like I said, she's probably watching. I love this gal. But I said, do you have anything healthy here? Because it's like a fudge shop, you know what I'm saying? So she's got this menu. She's like, oh yeah, we have salads and we have this. And actually, they have excellent salads, like it's total PFC, Mark. Total PFC, like beautiful salads with like protein, pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens. Like, it's literally like PFC, like on her menu, right? She's like, oh yeah, I got, we serve lunch here. So you can, like, there's these types of things. And she goes, yesterday I made bison burgers without a bun. I'm like, you're kidding me. I love you. Anyway, and so she was literally talking my language, you know what I mean? Because this woman cooks like I love to eat. And so I'm like, wow. I said, you are so healthy. Like, what is this all about? She goes, oh, I love it. She said, I love it. She says, I got 3 firefighters right now. I'm cooking the meals for them because they're getting on the health wagon. I got 2 police officers that come every day for lunch and she says, and I out back, we flip tires and we swing ropes. I mean, she's just like a go-getter, like, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, this couldn't be anywhere perfect. And so and she goes, well, what are you doing here? And I said, oh, you know what? We're launching a movement. I said, it's a great company. It's called Jeunesse. I said, they have these amazing health products that are amazing for weight loss and turning on your metabolism, plus this amazing skincare called Envy. I said, just lots of amazing things for internal and external health. And she goes, well, I'm interested in that. Do you have something I can look at? So boom, pull out the brochure, because by that time, Jacinta, my friend, had run to the car. I hand her the brochure. She looks over that one. I don't even have it right here, but you pull it out. It's the one that's like the trifold brochure. It wasn't Zen Project 8. I hadn't got that out of the bag yet. I saved that. That was the best for last, but it was the Jeunesse brochure. And she literally looked at the whole brochure. You know how it has the yes system? And she looked at it and she pointed to the Zen. And she goes, tell me about this.
Nice. I love, so just before, so what I love, first off, Vicente, we have to give her a shout out because she's always there. Love you, Vicente. And then what I love is you listened and you asked questions at the same time. So, and then you showed that and you let, is her name Coy?
Corey, C-O-R-Y, Corey.
Oh, Corey, you let Corey then make the choice. And then you I love that. So everyone watching, like, you just see the flow of a conversation, and it's a natural energy, authentic conversation that then Corey's the person that's leading that show, and that's what you should do. Okay. So tell us what happened.
Well, then she says, then her son gets off of school, right? Her son gets off of school, and now we're all standing at the counter at the Fudge stop, and her son, he's just, his name is Bladen, because she she was pregnant with her son. Well, she went rollerblading all the time. So his name is Bladen. I love that name. Anyway, I mean, this is this athlete of a woman. So she's standing there and she goes, my son's really thin. Do you have something that will help him gain weight? I'm like, yes. The Zen Project 8 is not only for weight loss, it's for weight gain. And I said, do you have a napkin? Let me show you PFC every 3. I'm going to show you something that's going to change your life. Every great idea happens on a napkin. So I grabbed a napkin from the Fudge shop. And I took a pen and I drew 2 lines on it and I wrote 80 to 120. And I explained homeostasis in like 2 minutes. And her son, Bladen, who was like 16 or 17, he literally recited it back to me. Later, I came to find out the kid wants to be a doctor. So he's like a sponge. Like I'm explaining homeostasis and he's repeating it back to Corey and the whole Fudge shop by this point, right? I'm like, this is a family affair. This is so awesome. Anyway, and so she's like, yeah, I want to get going. How do I get going on this? I'm signing up. I'm in. Like, I mean, it was literally like walk into a place, never had seen this woman in my life. And we just had that kindred spirit of, you know, we both were healthy. We both want great things for our kids. You know, I could tell she was wanting to make a difference. And that's when she shared with me, I said, you know, where do you see yourself with this? She goes, well, I'm already cooking healthy for all the police officers and the firefighters. And I said, how many of those guys want to lose weight? She's like, all of them. And I said, what if you could help them to lose 20 to 42 pounds? Because that's the average of what I'm seeing, but it's not, results may vary, right? Yeah. But I said, that's the average of what I see in North Dakota during an 8-week run. And I said, the best part is it teaches them and their families how to eat right for the rest of their life. She goes, this is absolutely what I've been praying for. And I mean, it was just amazing, Mark. So she literally got in on I can't remember what day we were down there, Friday. She said, will you come back down on Monday? Because it was about 30 minutes from where Jacinta lives. And she said, will you come back down Monday? I'm going to get a group of people together because I want you to talk to a few others about this. I'm like, absolutely. So I gave her some Zen Fit. I didn't have any shake mix with me. So she made this decision without even tasting the Zen Fuse, you guys. I mean, she knew that she was going to do this. And so I gave her the Zen Fit. I told her about that. She was just all in. And so on Monday when we came down, we brought, of course, the shakes along. We blended them up in her blender sitting there. She was sharing shakes with everybody that was walking in. And Kim, her sidekick her name is Kim, and she is about as dynamite as they come as well. These 2 women are like a force to be reckoned with in Arizona. And so they're both super into health and their family's health. And like I said, I think they've added 9 people to the team since I left. They added 5 people before they got their product, Mark.
See, so
because they had bought into the message of PFC and Zen Project 8. They were looking for that community to plug into. They absolutely love the Facebook page. They love the recipes. I mean, this is what they've been looking for.
So what I love, and everyone watching, this is why every week we share a cutting edge piece of information. It's like a layer approach. So the coaching that Renita and I are doing every single week, you're seeing the compound effect of it. Authenticity, knowing your story, how to share it, how to do a video, all of these things that you're developing as you share. Renita just exudes that. So when you say, well, maybe I'm not Renita or I'm not Mark, you don't need to be. Renita was she was a healthy mom that lived the life, that had great energy, that walked into a Fudge shop and then had the right tools and the right energy to ask the right questions because she's got the skill set. So this is why having the practice. So number one, she understood the purpose. She switched it immediately. She became clear on the desired outcome. She asked questions and she listened. You know, what's fun about Corey is Corey was looking for this, as Renita said. She wanted something like this. But if Renita was trying to sell her on something, she's not going to be part of that. It was just a natural flow. And then you guided the conversation. She actually asked for the action. And then you followed up by coming back to continue adding fuel to that fire. And that's powerful, Renita. Great job.
Corey is so awesome because literally my kids had a piece of fudge because it's a fudge shop, right? I don't make fudge. But here's how Corey, her little shop is. I said, Corey, can I get a chicken breast for each one of the boys? She had like a Mark McDonald chicken breast, Mark.
Corey, I'm coming to Arizona.
I'm telling you, this woman is such a gamer. Anyway, she had a chicken breast, so my boys each had a chicken breast before they had their fudge. I mean, she's literally living the plan. She just didn't have a way to, a cut and dry program really to go out there and share it with not just 2 or 5 firefighters, but literally the state, you know what I mean, and beyond. And so it really gave her, I mean, it's just, they are going to be such an asset. Watch for these girls, Corey and Kim out of Nevada. But you ask the questions, you listen for the answers. And I feel like at the end of the day, I mean, I think that the biggest problem people have is Zen Project Data is their own fear. People are letting their own fear hold them back from going out and building this thing so huge. I think that they're scared of what if someone says no. What if they say yeah? What if they've been praying for this opportunity? That was the case with Corey. So I think we got to get out of the way of ourselves sometimes because we're so caught up and hung up on what if they say no, or what if some people always say, what if I offend somebody? I'm like, but what if I save their life? You know what I mean? I don't ever think of it in the realm of the negative, Mark. I always actually believe, this is what I think about myself. Why wouldn't you want to do this? Why wouldn't you want your family and yourself to be healthier and have great weight and to feel confident? Why wouldn't you want to make extra money? Why wouldn't you want to do this? Like, you'd be actually crazy not to. I'm a great business partner. I'm so much fun. Like, I think, who wouldn't want to do this? Right? That's more my mindset.
100%. I was talking to the general manager of South Africa because we have the pilot group and we're launching. And the energy about what Zen Project 8 brings is massive, because you're right. It's a movement that teaches the way to eat food that you love, and you can do it for your family, and then cutting edge products that fill your gaps. So everything is so authentic and real about it. And then when you talk about the global outreach of Jeunesse, and then the ability to actually increase revenue from that. So it's just the whole point and the goal of our weekly meetings right here, this coaching, is to help everyone see the possibility of what can be. So Renita, let's recap, and then I want you to wrap up our show after I'll share something. I want you to wrap it up, but let's recap here. So everyone, this is your assignment this week. Very simple. I want you to write out 5 steps to lead a conversation. Choose 10 people, write down the names of the 10 people. And before you start a conversation with them, I want you to go in with, what's my purpose of the conversation? What's my desired outcome of it? How do I ask the right questions? How do I listen? How do I guide the conversation to tangible action? So for example, I wanted Hunter, he wants to play professional soccer. I want him to train. So I know by my soccer career, some stuff that he needs to do. And he needs to work on his jumping a little bit. He's turned 12 now. He can work on some plyometrics. So when I started a conversation with him, I understood the purpose of what my purpose was. I wanted to show him why he needs plyometrics. My desired outcome was that I wanted him to do plyometrics. So I didn't say, you need to do this. I started asking questions. Hunter, do you want to achieve this as a soccer player? Do you want to do this? Do you feel you're jumping high enough? Do you think you can jump higher? And then I listened. Every question I listened, I heard. And then from that perspective, I said, well, what if I can set you up with some right box set and show you how to do some plyometrics? And then you could do 20 minutes of that for homeschool every single weekday. Would you be open to that? Yeah, Dad, I would love that. That was a tangible action. But if I would have gone in and just said, you need to jump more, he's not doing it. So
right.
This is what I love everyone watching to take on. 10 people go in with, now Renita is so seasoned and so skilled that she can just obviously go in and have a natural conversation with Corey because that's what she breathes. But for people that are still learning how to actually lead a conversation in a positive way, practice, go in with a purpose, and then you'll see if you can apply these steps, you'll see what the outcome will be. You'll be so much stronger than just going in with that direction. So
I want to tell you one other thing. I was just thinking about this about Corey. We had a common denominator because like you and Hunter playing soccer and me with my boys, all super duper athletic, winning national titles and different things. She was talking about a daughter of hers and how she said, Corey said to me, I wake up at 4 a.m. every day to drive my daughter to the competitive best soccer program an hour and a half away so that she can play, wait for her, and then drive her back home. So my day starts at 4 a.m. So now I think this woman wants the very best for her daughter, whether it's coaching, whether it's nutrition. So now I can speak to her on that level all day long. I could live there because I love that, right? As a parent and as a competitive parent who wants to see my kids have success. So there were so many levels when she was talking to me, I thought, bingo. We ended up staying there for 4 hours at the Fudge shop. I'm not kidding. Like, it was awesome.
I could see that. So Renita, what do you want to wrap with? What do you want to give everyone? So they have their 10 people. What do you want to close the show with tonight?
You know what? I want to close the show with this. I want to close the show with say yes. You know, it'd been so easy because, you know, I am a healthy mom and the boys are like, we want fudge, we want ice cream, for me to say no, because sometimes I would be like, yeah, if they don't have a protein, I don't want them to go eat the fudge, right? And so it would have been very easy for me to say no when we were sitting outside, when we came to talk to the first lady. Her shop was closed. We could have just got back in our car and drove back to Santan. But instead, my boy said, Mom, can we have fudge? And I just thought, I kind of hesitated. I'm like, yeah, let's go check out the fudge shop. And I just think there is such power when you say yes, Mark. Whether it's when someone says, hey, can you meet me to show me this? Can you come talk to this event with the kids? Can you do this? I think sometimes we're, like I said, we're held back by our own fear. When we say yes, it's literally like there's an energy with the word yes. Right? There's an energy that comes with the word yes. And so many times children, their whole lives are told, no, don't do that, quit doing that, stop that. And I just think with our businesses and with us growing our Zen Project 8 business, there is power in saying yes. If someone says to you, hey, can you drive 20 minutes to come talk with me to share this with my friend? I don't feel comfortable yet. The answer is yes. Do you know why? Because what if that person duplicates times 1,000, right? Yeah. Ends up putting 1,000 people and changes and saves lives with this. Say yes is my advice to you guys for tonight, because there is power in the word yes.
I love it. And we will end with that. And everyone know we got some cool new changes coming to our weekly 10 p.m. hangouts, just like you saw with our Facebook Lives that we did for everyone living it. So cool stuff coming. We'll announce the topic for next week, but we'll also share. We have some little secrets coming up for you. So get ready for that. Rock this week. Get understanding how to lead the conversation. And as Renita said, say yes. Love you guys. Thanks for being part of an amazing community. And thanks for leading by example and sharing the message of health. Just the beginning. Bye.
God bless you.